My guy. So, as y'all know, Mississippi just passed the Jim Crow law. You know, just history repeating itself.
As a black person, have you ever explained racism and slavery and Jim Crow and all these things to your kid to actually listen to their response and how they actually felt about it? Now, my daughter, she's pro-black, right? Rightfully so, because I'm pro-black. But she ain't Martin Luther King pro-black. She's like Malcolm X pro-black, right? You know, like the what's up, my brother, oppression. That's what's up, my brother. She's one of them, right? So she says, well, Daddy, how long was slavery for? I said, well, for about 250 years. She said, well, what are some of the things that happened during slavery? I said, well, a lot of illegal experiments, breeding camps, forced free labor amongst black people, native people. There were some indentured servants, which were Italian and Irish. And then she was like, well, were there black slave owners? I said, yeah, there were black slave owners too. Not as much as white slave owners, but there were black slave owners. And their methods was just a little bit different. She said, why there were black slave owners? I was like, well, capitalism. A lot of them wanted to protect their family. And this was one of the few ways that they were able to do this as well. She says, okay, well, what happened after slavery? I said, well, then you got segregation, you got Jim Crow. She says, what's Jim Crow? I said, well, it's a time period where they created codes, black codes and laws, pretty much inhibiting black people from being outside, education, pretty much damaging the black community. This is where you see that black people couldn't ride on the front of the bus. This is where a lot of black people were also getting lynched, and a lot of black people were getting attacked and followed and hurt and X, Y, and Z. The conversation is a little bit longer than this, but then she starts getting this kind of flustered look on her face, and I said, well, I'm thinking maybe this is a lot of information for her. I said, well, baby, well, you okay? Everything's all right? She says, well, I don't get it. Why would a group of people do such a thing? And I tried to give it a kinder answer, and I was like, well, in my opinion, a lot of it also stems from the idea that we believe and think the same way they think. So if we were to ever get empowered, that we would do these things to them, that we would hurt them and we would take their lives and we would pretty much wipe them out. And she pauses and she looks at me. She says, well, Daddy, that makes a lot more sense. I said, Moy. She says, Daddy, that makes a lot more sense. I said, all right. Let me shut the fuck up. Happy Black History Month, people. Educate your kids or somebody else will.
I went down to Illinois to register and vote. I got down and made my vows back. My landlord said unto me, if you don't go down and take your name off the registration, to move. I took his word and I moved to Drew, Mississippi. Couldn't set too much pressure to be on the landlord there. Had me to move on to Cleveland, Mississippi. After arriving to Cleveland, Mississippi, my wife, she had to go to the hospital down to Jackson. It's there on the same donation. And I didn't know what step to take. I'm still working. 9 girls here. I'm working, trying to take care of them, the best of my knowledge.
This is Mrs. Mildred Evans. She's 32 years of age. She's lived on Mr. W.D. Fields' plantation for 11 years. She's the mother of 8 children. Her children do not attend school regularly because of food, clothing, and money. Last year, Mrs. Evans made 11 bales of cotton. At the end of the year, she only received $123.
I am 17 years old. I pick 300 pounds of cotton a day.
I am 9 years old. I help my mother pick cotton. I pick 100 by day.
I am 14 years old. And I help my mother pick cotton. I can pick about 200 a day.
This is Mrs. P. Williams, the great-grandmother of the 5 children here. She receives a small Social Security check each month, and from this she must help support the children so their mothers earn and take care of.
Yes. The reason I do, because my mother worked a crop, and I had to help her, and so I quit school so that I could help her.
But there's something that y'all don't know, and I need all my people to listen. We gotta wake up, because it's that time. See, because what y'all don't know is the Jim Crow law is actually associated with the Bible and the curses that was put upon his people. So I want to answer this woman's question.
I'm so fucking scared. just come to my attention because I didn't know about it just until today. In Mississippi, there was just a law passed like 5 days ago that the Jim Crow laws are being reinstated. That shouldn't be happening at all. And I know you may be wondering, this is like not my normal content on here, but I'm sorry. And I just have to make this known because what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Why? I really don't understand why people do not like me. Do not like us. Because of my color of skin. I don't understand. I really don't fucking understand. What the fuck did I do?
You didn't do nothing. But our ancestors did. The Jim Crow is resurrected in Mississippi. Did wokeness do this? As a matter of fact, it did. Now, some of us who have learned the truth are not surprised by this. It may alarm the sleepwalkers. The Most High have already told us that they will have hatred towards us. All you gotta do is read the word and the curses put upon his people. See, their problem is they finally starting to realize that their wicked rulership is almost up. But I ain't gonna lie, we finna go through some battles and it's gonna get worse before we leave. We warned our people that are sleepwalking that these nations hate us. And it has nothing to do with skin color. It's because of who we are. The tribe of Judah. The real Jews.
Yeah, so going through these clips just makes me wonder and get to understand how life is and how life has been in the past. Yeah. I keep asking myself, like, are we supposed to still be living in the past or we're supposed to live in the future? Because all these things that's happening, it's in the past. Yes, but there are scars that is explaining what we've been through as Black. So the man teaching his kid about the history of the Blacks and slave trade is something I believe every African American should do. We should know our origin and know where we're coming from. This is my own take about it, right? Yes, they're indigenous Americans that are Black, the owners of the land, but they are still African American who were moved down to America through slave trade. And it's so sad to know that this history is not being taught. We don't know our origin. We don't know where we're coming from. And a lot of times it's very good you know where you're coming from so you can know where you're going to. And then you can know when to love and when to appreciate people for what they are and who they are. But nonetheless, let's watch more clips and videos from other persons explaining and expressing themselves in their own experience being taught by nature or through their parents. Original credit to creators of videos that will be used for these illustrations and explanation. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep seeing our videos and support what we do. And I'll see you guys soon. Keep watching the videos.
It was prophesied that we would be hated throughout the four corners of the earth. What y'all need to find out and learn is that the Bible is our history book, not a Christian book. Our ancestors were not Christians. They was Israelites. It's time for y'all to learn the truth. And this has nothing to do with religion or tradition. My motto will forever be relationship over religion, truth over tradition. It's that time. It's time for y'all to learn who y'all are. And it's time for y'all to gain a relationship with the Father through his word, not a religion. Now we gonna start off with, who is this? Who is this? Cause it sure ain't Yahshua. Cause if the Bible's saying that his hair is white like wool, and I mean white like wool, just like this, where did the brown hair even come from? If it said his skin color was the color of fine brass burnt in a furnace, and I mean burnt in a furnace. This is an actual picture right here of someone burning fine brass. Then where did y'all get white from? Or even the olive skin color y'all keep claiming. Y'all just don't want him to be black so bad. Y'all just make up any lie. And he was born in Israel. which is Northeast Africa. Y'all stop saying Middle East. It was not called the Middle East back then. It was a part of Africa. So you mean to tell me when they had to hide Jesus, Yeshua, in an all-black place in Africa to blend in with the people, you saying that they hid a white man or an olive skin color man in a place full of black people? It's impossible. Which is common sense that he had to be black to blend in with black people. Now I'm finna tell you why his skin color got something to do with the Jim Crow law and them trying to bring back hanging and lynching. Now, in the Bible, Pilate's wife had a dream about the Messiah. When she seen that the people was trying to kill him, she pulled her husband aside and said, "Have nothing to do with this righteous man." She said, "I suffered much suffering in a dream today. Have nothing to do with his killing." So Pilate turned to the people and said, "I don't see nothing wrong that this man is doing for me to kill him." Pilate was talking to the Hebrews, our people. He said, "If y'all decide to kill this man, the blood will not be on my hands, it will be on y'all's." So then the Jews, aka Hebrew Israelites, mistakenly said, "It's okay. Put it on our hands, our children's hands, for generations and generations. Crucify him." So then it was so. So from then on, we was cursed to die the same way he died. Now they like to tell y'all that he died on a cross, but that is far from the truth. The cross is one of the main graven images that he talks about in the Bible. The word cross was never even in the Bible to begin with. It was added in there from a pagan god they called Tammuz. The cross is a symbol of the first letter of his name, a T. Now, if you look at the history during those times, you would know that if you were worthy of death, you had to be hung. It was the law. Acts 5:30 even told you that he died from hanging from a tree. There was a divine curse placed on a hanged person. And if a man has committed a crime punishable by death, and he is put to death, you hang him on a tree. For a hanged man is cursed by God. And when they had carried out all that was written of him, they took him down from the tree and laid him in his tomb. The same way they do us till this day. For what our ancestors have committed, it allowed us to be punished the same way he was punished. I'ma show y'all the curses that was put upon us. Slavery and captivity. Having no power to stand against our enemies. Being sent back to Egypt again by ships. Exiled in the land of our enemies. Scattered among all nations. A very sick and disease-stricken people. At the bottom socially with other races high above us. Lost the true knowledge of who we were and will be called by many scornful nicknames other than Israel and Hebrew, which is still happening to this day. Packed into prisons and jails. A non-properous people. We even hate each other and oppress people by our enemies. The world will not tell you who or where the Israelites are today, but the scriptures will. There's nothing new underneath the sun. There is nothing new. Our sons and daughters will be given to another nation while your eyes grow weary looking for them day after day with no power in your hand. With no power in your hand. With none at all. The cross story couldn't be real if they wanted it to. How did they nail his feet and hands to a cross when it says that he protected all his bones? Not one of them is broken. There would be no way to hammer a huge nail into someone's foot to hang without breaking a bone. There's no way. This is the real reason why no bones shall be broken. The sad reality is, if we continue to disobey, we'll continue to pay. So please, it's time for us to wake up. Stop letting them brainwash you and make you forget who you are. Stop letting them make us feel like we are nobody. because they know who we are. Our people back then just didn't know how to read and write. So they didn't know that the Bible back then was made for them. They felt like it was a horrible, horrible book. But they didn't realize the truth was inside of it. But now it's our time to make up for it. That the truth of who we are is inside of it. Our time is coming, and they know it. The Bible is our true history book. The problem is we let everybody get into our head. Why do you think there is thousands and thousands of religions, but only one true God? All trying to praise the same person, but giving them different names. That's because you were supposed to gain a relationship with the Father through the Word, not a religion. And that's where we as a people fall at.
I'm so fucking scared. It has just come to my attention because I didn't know about it just until today. In Mississippi, there was just a law passed like 5 days ago that the Jim Crow laws are being reinstated. That shouldn't be happening at all. And I know you may be wondering, this is like not my normal content on here, but I'm sorry. And I just have to make this known because what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Why? I really don't understand why people do not like me. Do not like us. Because of my color of skin. I don't understand. I really don't fucking understand. What the fuck did I do? I'm so fucking sorry that I'm not gonna cry on here because...
Let's talk about the Jim Crow law that has been there since the 1800. Since the 1800. Seriously? I ask myself every time, why would there be a segregation between the black and the white? All because a man called Jim Crow came up with a law that states that the black restaurant should be different from the white restaurant. The white restaurant should be different from the black restaurant. The white school should be different from the black school. The white hospital should be different from the black hospital. This doesn't make any sense at all. Funny enough, they're supposed to... Okay, now let's look at it this way. When this laws was, in vogue, they're supposed to be standard when it comes to the quality that the whites get to the quality that the blacks get. It's supposed to be same standard, but at the end of the day, did we see the same standard happen? Did the standard of the black school became as the standard of the white school? Is the standard of the black hospital as the standard of the white hospital? Never. We never saw it that way. And some persons are somewhere that they want to invoke this law. Who the hell are you? I mind my language. I'm sorry to say that, but then, how does this law build our society today? When we finally found out that literally white came from black. Black is the origin of the hurt. And yet, we are still the one that's been oppressed and insulted every day. Come on, guys, you guys can do better. So, if you're in the comment section, share your thoughts on what you think about all these videos that you have watched. And mind you, this is a platform where everyone is free to speak up, to say their mind. This video has no intention for segregation or supremacy kind of discussion. No. We're not here to talk about supremacy. We do not even support it. So please, guys, share your thoughts and your own voice. Let's hear what you have to say. If you're just coming across our videos for the first time, this is Global Info TV, where we say it as it is and we respect people's opinion and choices. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and credit to original creators whose video has been used for this illustration. Like, turn on the notification button so you can see our videos again. Thank you for being part of this community. Peace.